Hi, I'm Ellen Gormley and welcome back to my channel. So I'm auditioning a new stitch pattern for a hat that I'm thinking of making. So I don't know. I don't know if this is going to work out or not, but either way, I've learned a fun stitch and I wanted to show it to you. So the stitch is number 416 out of the book, the complete book of crochet stitch designs by Linda Schapper. And you've seen me reference this book before and the one that she has on border designs. And they're just great textbooks and I use them over and over again, as you can see by all my little different notes. So anyway, I wanted to figure out what kind of pattern I wanted, if I wanted to make it a multicolor or if I want to make it a solid. So I played around with it. So here's what it looks like in the solid. Very, very pretty and definitely a very worthy stitch for a hat. Nice and dense. I'm using a J size hook so that it has good drape, even though it's a lot of yarn. And it's in a fairly dense stitch, so hopefully it'll be nice and warm. All the yarns today are paint box yarns, and the link is in the description below. And I do get a little bit of a kickback if you make a purchase, but it does not cost you anything extra. And so that is on the Love Crafts website. Okay, so here's what it looks like in the solid. Very pretty. I really like it. This would also make an amazing baby blanket, I think. I think everything would make a great baby blanket, to be honest. But anyway. Okay, and then I thought, oh, what would it look like in two colors? So down here is all of these ends on the side. If I changed color every row, you have to like cut the tail and then pick up the new color. So if you changed color every row, this is what it would look like. It would have these vertical columns. But if you worked in the round, then that would work and you would have a vertically striped item worked in the round, okay? And then you wouldn't have to cut every row. So if you wanted to do a tube, for example, that also would work. But if you wanted to make something flat, you'd have to cut every row, or you'd have to do multiple balls of each color. Anyway, so I'll get to how to make this pattern in just a moment, but the other way to do two colors is to do 2 rows of each color, and that's what this section looks like. So it was like pink for 1 row and pink back, then the misty gray for 1 row and then the misty gray back, and then the pink and then the pink. So it's 2 rows of each color, and then the color is just carried up the side as a float. And so you just drop the yarn and then pick up the new color. So that is what it looks like so it's amazing, isn't it? It looks like completely different stitches. It's the exact same stitch. It's just how it looks different with different color changes. Okay, let's get into the mechanics of this stitch pattern. I don't have any idea what to call it. Do you guys have any suggestions? I guess I can't really take your suggestions because I'll come up with something for the video, but it's kind of like it is a mosaic of some kind. I don't know. The fork mosaic? I don't know. 2-pronged mosaic. Anyway, we start with multiples of 4 plus 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 and 2. Okay, in the 1, 2, 3, 4th chain from the hook, I'm going to lower the camera just a little bit so you can see better perhaps, and I'll try to keep my hands in the right spot. 1, 2, 3, 4. In the 4th chain from the hook, we are double crocheting in that back ridge, back bump, back bar, and in the next chain. Okay, then we will, is that too close? You're like, back up, back up. Okay, maybe just a little more. And then we will chain 2 and skip 2. And skip 1, 2 on the chain, and in the next 2 we will double crochet. And we're going to do this across, and there will actually be 3 double crochet on the last repeat. So we will go here. So 1, 2, chain 2, skip 2, 1, 2, double crochet in 1, 2, so there's one, and here's the next. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this if I do a hat with it, unless I did like a rectangular hat. I don't know if I want to figure out how to do the decreases. 1, 2, skip, and then double crochet in the back ridge, back bar, back bump. 1, 2, and then there will be one chain remaining, and we will go ahead and double crochet in it. So there is 3 at the end of this. So on the even rows, so row number 1 is an odd number, and so on the even rows, like row 2, we're going to chain 5 before we turn. So every even row is going to have a chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I found with this swatch here that the edges were getting way tall over here and thinner in the middle. So I kind of like better, instead of chaining 5, to only chain 4. And then on the opposite rows, the odd numbered rows, we're supposed to chain 3, and I might go down to chain 2 because I just felt like it was flaring out a lot down on the sides because of that. So either you chain 5 according to the pattern for the even numbered rows, or you chain 4. And then for the odd numbered rows, you either chain 3 according to the pattern, or you chain 2. Either way, just be consistent. Decide what you want to do. That's why swatching is good. So if we chain 5, it would be 3 plus 2. And then double crochet in these skipped chains from the row before, working all the way around these 2 floating chains. So we're going to insert the hook from front to back, allow the yarn to wrap all the way around that, so that we're sandwiching that chain 2 space in the pocket. And another one. And then chain 2, skip 2, and do the same thing in the next 2 missed chains from the first chain, from the first, not first row, but the foundation chain. Okay. All the way around. We're wrapping it all the way around so that we're sandwiching that chain 2 in there. 1, 2, skip 2, double crochet. Oh, hi, Theo. Theo's here. Okay. And chain 2, 1, 2, and we're supposed to double crochet in the turning chain of that turning chain there, but that also makes the edge tall, so I think I am going to choose to do a half double crochet instead of the double crochet. So you do what you do, you do whatever you want to do. The book actually says double crochet. I'm changing my mind. I have the so I'm just going to half double crochet instead, and hope that the edges don't get as tall on or flared out on the edges. Okay, and so we are on row 3 now. So 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3, it's up to you. And we are going to now work into these double crochets 2 rows below. So working around, wrapping around that chain 2 space, allowing that yarn to wrap all the way around and sandwich inside the legs of the stitch, and chain 2 and skip 2, and so we will do this across. Okay, and it is really that easy, but I do want to show you how to top it off. Okay, so we're doing this across. So like I said, on the odd numbered rows, we're starting with adjusted double crochet or whatever you're adjusting. And then on the even numbers, which we're going to come to now, we're going to come to row 4 here in just a moment. Instead of chaining 5, like the pattern suggests, I am going to do 4, and instead of at the end doing a double crochet in the top of the chain 3, there's only a chain 2 there, and I'm going to do a half double crochet instead. So are you following me? Do you see my logic there? So I just want my edges to be more flat and not like taller on the ends and shorter in the middle, which is what sort of happened with this swatch. Okay, do you see how it's taller over here but narrower here in the middle and then gets taller again? And I think that's why. So that's how I am adjusting. So we are now on row 4. So that's an even row. So an even row is 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5. Skip those 2 stitches and double crochet 2 rows below, wrapping the double crochets all the way around. If you don't wrap these all the way around, you're going to end up with like 2 pieces of fabric that are hinged at the bottom, and they're like independent of each other. And so if you have these like 2 flaps of fabric that are hinged at just the foundation row, that's you've not wrapped all the way around the chain 2. So for example, the right way is to wrap it all the way around so that you're encompassing that chain 2 space in your stitch. But if you fail to do that and you just go here on the front fabric only and just grab that loop and double crochet there, that's when you'll end up with like this flap. So that's not the way we're doing it. If you choose to do it that way, cool, it's a design decision, but that's not what we're talking about today. That's something different. Okay, wrapping. Do you hear the train down at the bottom of the valley? Okay, 1, 2, and skip 2, and in that turning chain we are going to have double crochet. Now let's finish the final row, shall we? So on the final row, I'm going to chain 1 and turn. I am going to now do my double crochet. So I'm just doing a, well, I guess I should single crochet in that first one though, shouldn't I? I just want to do like a single short stitch, first stitch, single crochet. So this is just for the final row. And then double crochet as we had been. And then instead of chaining 2, skipping 2, just single crochet in each of those, because we're making a nice flat top on the top of our swatch, like I did here. Okay, just to make it nice and flat so that there's not chain 2 gaps at the top like there are here, chain 2 gaps. So we're just closing it up. So double crochet, and instead of chaining 2 and skipping 2, we're just single crochet, single crochet. So we're topping it off with a nice little lid that fits neatly into the grooves like a nice flat Tetris game. Okay, all right, filling in all the gaps so that our final row fills in all the spaces nice and neatly, like you're putting a layer of shellac. Is that a real word? A like clear topper on a ceramic tile floor. If you put like a flat and seal in all the grooves so that it's nice and slippery, that's what we're doing here. And a single crochet in the final stitch. So I hope that you've had a very relaxing and valuable use of your day, and I hope you love this stitch as much as I do. I will come up with a title for it, but that's all for today, and I will see you next time. Hi, I'm Ellen Gormley, and thank you so much for spending time with me on my channel. I hope you've had a relaxing and valuable use of your time. So if you liked this video, here's another one that's similar that you might also enjoy. And here is the video, the last video that was uploaded in case you missed it. Everyone, please like and subscribe for more videos. They're usually posted on Wednesday or Thursday at the worst. Thank you. Bye. Say goodbye, Muffin. So little puppy got tired while I was making my video and decided to take a nap. You all right there, puppy? Hobie? Hobie? Are you mad? I see you blinking. Are you Are you mad that I was ignoring you? I'm sorry, I was working. Yes, it's all right. It's all right. Sorry, buddy.